Okay. Can you all hear me perfectly? Or yes. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. I know times are super, super busy, especially with NSO and everything that's going on. So appreciate it. I'm gonna be looking this way because I have a screen this way, but my attention is to y'all. So just wanted to make sure y'all know that. So we're just gonna the webinar, we're gonna go over a few resources and just get to know staff a little bit and systems of support for all of y'all for our Undocu students. But before we go into that and go in deep in that, I do want to introduce myself a little bit more. So my name is Stephanie. My pronouns are they, she. I'm new to campus, it's my fourth week. I am this new student success coordinator, so I'm gonna be working specifically with undocumented students. So if you all need anything, please feel free to reach out, make an appointment with me. I just graduated grad school. I was an undocumented student, I guess like a couple months ago. Now I consider myself an undocumented professional. So I know how hard it is to go through undergrad and grad school and life as an undocumented person and individual. So please feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to talk about anything, talking about like school, life, the weather, whatever it is, just feel free. But that being said, I do want to give some time to Ankita to introduce themselves, and they're gonna go over a couple of things, but go ahead, Ankita.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. My name is Ankita Arake. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the Assistant Dean for Student Support and Director for Special Projects for the Office of Inclusion, Community, and Integrative Learning. I'm so glad that y'all are able to join us here today. I see attendees, which is super exciting. We created this space and place for you all and for this purpose to be able to get to know some resources and some people around campus, and to begin to start to form a community. Just really quickly, I wanted to talk a little bit about student affairs. So undocumented student support is in the Division of Student Affairs. And in student affairs, we have some of our values called our most important work. And in particular, I want to share some of these with you because I think it's important to the work that we're doing and the priorities we have. So I do need to look at my notes. So community and belonging is one of them. I mentioned a little bit of that. That's why we set up part of this webinar, while we'll continue to be in touch about ways to be able to allow the community to thrive. Equity and inclusion is another one of the values. So making sure that we are supporting some of our most marginalized communities and hear all the voices in our community, in this community in particular. Integrative learning, so really thinking about learning inside and outside of the classroom and learning that can happen in our communities and our work together. Mental health and well-being, and we have some campus partners from some of those areas that focus specifically on that work, and supporting academics. So really the goal here is so that you can thrive in your time at Stanford and you have all the resources from us in the university to be able to do so. I'm going to turn it over to Samuel Santos.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samuel Santos, and my pronouns are he, him, his. I work on campus as Associate Vice Provost for Inclusion, Community, and Integrative Learning in the Division of Student Affairs, and I report to our Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Dr. Susie Brubaker-Cole, and I'm on this call to help welcome you all to campus. We are so excited that you're here. The work to support undocumented students at Stanford has been going on for a while. I would say, though, in the last year to 6 months, we've really sort of come together and pulled resources to make things lift in new and important ways to welcome undocumented students to campus. So as you are getting so much information thrown your way in new student orientation as the class of 2027 and transfer students, please know that there are a number of people on campus who care deeply about your success and your connection to campus. So we hope that you'll reach out to any of the number of folks here on the screen and others throughout the year, because we're here for you. Kick it back to you, Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Samuel. I am going to hand it over to Juan, who will be introducing themselves. Juan has been a huge help in this webinar, so I want to give the flowers to Juan right now.
Yes, thank you so much, Stephanie. Hey everyone, my name is Juan Martin. I'm currently a sophomore. I'm an Oceans major, and I'm the orientation community coordinator for our community. And I just wanted to reiterate the same message, like I'm so glad everyone's here, all the freshmen. We're also excited to see you. If you see me on campus or if you want to email me, my email is juanmart@stanford.edu. Whatever questions you have, I welcome everything. I'm an undergrad like all of y'all, so I fully can relate to everything. And thank you so much for joining. Now, Stephanie's gonna go over the website, which y'all can access at any time. So yeah, thank you, Stephanie.
Okay, let me share my screen. Share. Okay. Okay. So we have a lot of good information on this website. I'm not gonna go over it all because it will take up all of our time. So I'm gonna go over a couple things that I really want to put some emphasis on. So first, I want to show y'all this website, this part where it says students and postdocs. We have it separated into different sections: prospective students, campus life, undergrad and grad students. And this is specific distinction. So undergrad and grad students, there are some resources here that are available for solely undergrads and some solely for grad students. And then you have your master's and your PhD routes. So I definitely recommend tapping into this when you all have a couple more minutes. But I do want to dive into the employment opportunities on this page. So if you scroll a little bit down, you can see some employment opportunities for students with work authorization, or also known as DACA. If you do have work authorization to work in the States, I definitely encourage tapping into Handshake for internships or job opportunities on campus. It's a really, really good resource that I definitely recommend you checking out. And also our career center has really, it's really great. I recommend checking into that as well, but I definitely recommend tapping into Handshake for anything like that. If you don't have work authorization, I also want to let y'all know that we do have other different ways that you can get professional development. We have, if you are looking for different forms of funding, for example, like stipend funding, and want to explore that route, please email us at fourdreamers@stanford.edu, and we can definitely try to see where we can support you in terms of funding as well. And another resource apart from any tapping into that, we do have some more funding opportunities if you look on here. And this is just extra support for you, right? So this is to elevate that support that's already given. And so for undergrads, we do have the opportunity ran by the First Generation and Low Income Center. I definitely recommend tapping into this as well. If you just click on it, it'll like take you to the site and you can see all the requirements. And then we do have our funding for grad students here. So I definitely want to encourage y'all to tap into more of these as well. And then we also have, it's on the same page, if you just scroll down, our banking and credit cards. So in the past, we have been trying to get more information on financial literacy for Undocu folks, specifically folks without a social. As you know, that process is a bit different on your financial literacy tools. And so we have worked closely with our partners at Stanford Credit Union, and they have a free student checking account where you can sign up for a bank account there and a credit card. And so you don't need to have a social for this, right? So you can do it with them. And it's right on campus, I believe, on Tressiter. And you can just tap in there, and it's super close to campus. So I definitely recommend doing that. I understand that, financial literacy and getting a credit card and starting credit and what even is credit is so overwhelming and can be intimidating, especially if this is your first time, like opening a credit card, or even the first one in your family, right? To be able to do this, it's really intimidating. So and they're really helpful. They're there to help you out. And if you need additional support on top of that, there is Mind Over Money. And so it's a financial literacy tool on campus where they really just support you on any terms of financial literacy, like how to budget, again, the credit card. So I definitely recommend. It's super, maybe once the year approaches more, but I definitely recommend tapping into that as well. And that is it for our financial literacy. But I do also want to get into, we also have our legal guidance and services. So if you just click on here, if you are a DACA recipient and your renewal date is approaching, please email us at forwardreamers@stanford.edu and we can finance your renewal cost. So I know that's a really hefty burden that some of us carry. So definitely recommend, please email us. We will work with you to finance that. It is a hefty cost. And if you have any immigration questions, or you're like, hey, like I have this problem related to immigration or anything of that sort, please also email us at forwardreamers@stanford.edu. That is our go-to email for any situations like that. And we can definitely try to help you get connected to a law clinic that we work closely with here. So definitely recommend to, if you need to tap into any of those resources, please, they're here for you, they're made for you, and we're always looking to expand. So any feedback would be greatly appreciated. And then our new resource, which is myself. If I like to call I am a resource for y'all. If you need anything, again, like if you're like, hey, Steph, like I don't, this is what I'm struggling with and I don't know who to ask, come to me, we'll figure it out together, right? Or I need to talk to someone about this class that I'm taking, I don't know what to do, talk to me, we'll figure it out together, right? Like I am here to support you all through your whole academic career. My hope is that we all can meet soon and you're able to get to know me a bit more, and I'm able to get to know you all more and see in what ways I can best support you, because I'm here for y'all. This is what the position is for. And so any way that I can support you, please make an appointment with me. I will send out my links once I'm off screen so I can send it to y'all. And also one final thing before I stop talking, and we found a way to be able to communicate with all of you through a very secure email mailing list. So this mailing list, we're able to communicate with all of y'all regarding like resources. If I need to send out a message to all of y'all, like I recently sent out one for the court decision on that guy, we sent an email out as well. So anything that I need to reach out like to masses, this is where I will be emailing you all. It's a secure mailing list. I will send the link to that as well. But please, if you want, it's not like you don't have to, but please, I really recommend doing it. That way I can connect with y'all super easily. But again, we are here to support you. If you need anything, please do not hesitate. And I know I've been talking for quite a while now, so I will stop and I will hand it over to we have some staff here, I think. Yes, we have some staff that are here to support y'all. They made some time to be here and they're going to be able to introduce themselves, their name, their role, a little bit about what they do, and just some words of encouragement for all of y'all. So I'm gonna hand it over to all the allies that came here today to support y'all. Y'all can introduce yourselves in whatever manner or way you can.
Maybe Karen can go first.
Thank you. I didn't want to step on anybody else. Hey, everybody. I am Karen Cooper from the Financial Aid Office. So especially you undergrads probably have a financial aid notification from the Financial Aid Office and might have seen my name at some point. So it's a real pleasure to get to say hi to you, and hope that, during your time here at Stanford, we'll get to see you at some point. My background here, I'm not really sitting in front of Montag Hall. I'm in it, but this is Montag Hall behind me, where the Financial Aid Office is located. So you are more than welcome to come over and find us at any point. I know the world of financial aid can be a little overwhelming, perhaps at times. You are more than welcome to come talk to us. There's always somebody available there in the building. You can also reach out to me directly at karen.cooper@stanford.edu. If you feel like, you've got a question that you want to come directly to me for, I'm happy to do that. So we'll do our best to make sure. Our job in the Financial Aid Office is to make sure you can be successful academically, right? We want to make sure you're able to attend class, have your books, all of those important things. So if you run into any questions, please do let me know. thank you and welcome.
I can jump in and go next. My name is Sierra Watley from Counseling and Psychological Services, or CAPS. I use she, her pronouns. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're excited and pumped up about being at Stanford, and I hope you have a great tenure here at Stanford. If ever you have any difficulties or any needs, Counseling and Psychological Services is here for you. We're located on the second floor in Baden Health Services, and that's on Campus Drive, which is sort of central to campus. You'll get to know campus. Yeah, I'm excited to be here and excited to answer whatever questions that you have. We have a variety of services and we're available year round as long as you're enrolled.
Hi, maybe I can go next. My name is Marie Kugo-Evers, and I'm representing CST, Confidential Support Team. And our mission is to support students who experienced sexual assault, relationship violence, gender-based discrimination, and including emotional control or unhealthy relationship, intimidation. If you feel like something happened, I don't know if it's really bad enough, it's please never hesitate, to come and knock on our door, because we get a lot of questions from students that my situation is not bad enough, or my situation is not like police related, or this is not like domestic violence, like, can I still see you? Yes, we do. Like, we have 4 clinicians right now. We have no wait list. We have same-day appointment availability on site, and we are located in a King's Court Garden. Later, I'm gonna maybe look for an image that shows our building. Personally, I would like to share about myself. I am originally from Japan. I came to the United States about 25 years ago after high school, and I didn't speak any English at that time. One of my teachers in high school was a graduate from the University of Oregon, so I went to that university, Eugene, spending some years there, and homestaying experience, learning English as a ESL student. And also I studied Spanish, and 4 years of taking Spanish and learning Spanish in the University of Guadalajara in Mexico. So I had been working as a Spanish-speaking social worker in the county of San Mateo for about 16 years, mainly focusing on the community in East Palo Alto and Redwood City, mainly working with the Spanish-speaking population. So with my own personal experience of being an international student, going through immigration office, going through 9/11 incident when I was undergraduate student, and having so much difficulty getting a job, being denied of a job so many times because of my visa status, I feel very passionate about connecting with students who are experiencing oppression or intimidation, or feeling really anxious about going through all that you're going through right now. So please, feel very comfortable, feel free connecting with us. All of our services are completely free of charge, and then there's no insurance or no billing or anything of that, any sort. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all, and welcome to Stanford.
Noah, want to go for it?
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Noah Henry Darwish, he, him pronouns. I am an assistant dean of students in the Dean of Students office. In the Dean of Students office, in addition to our wonderful leader, Dr. Mona Hicks, there's a number of other folks who help to support students when they're encountering maybe barriers or significant incidents that have come up during their time in school. Our office also includes the Graduate Life Office for graduate students and the wonderful Graduate Life Office deans there, and the residential education department, which for any of you living in undergraduate housing, your resident directors, your RAs, your RFs, all of the wonderful neighborhood support folks
are all in Res Ed, and that's under the Dean of Students office. We also oversee the Office of Community Standards, the Office of Accessible Education. So, whether you're encountering needing support with accommodations, or there's some sort of significant issue comes up in your academics or in your personal life, know that sort of our teams generally are committed to serving you and to supporting you in the ways that are right for you. We know that being undocumented may not always be the most important identity and the most salient, but it's something that when things do come up is a dimension that we want to make sure is seen and heard, and that you have the support that is right for you in those moments. So please know that we're here for you as well. We work closely with all of the other campus partners who are here on this screen, as well as others. And just are so excited to have you here and look forward to helping you find your purpose, find belonging, and make connections here on campus.
Blanca, I think you're last but not least.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Blanca Virrey. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm happy to be here with you all to welcome you all to Stanford. I work with the unit called VPGE, Vice Provost for Graduate Education Office. I know you're getting a ton of acronyms thrown at you this week. Don't expect you to retain them all, but as Stephanie was showing you the website, we are one of the links, the unit's resources linked in the graduate support. We're here to support graduate students in many ways. I have a lot of years of experience working in the graduate division with VPGE on programming and fellowship support for graduate students. I'm the associate director of a DARE fellowship program, Diversifying Academia, Recruiting Excellence for Advanced PhD students. But our unit is really here to support that graduate student experience, and we collaborate heavily with a lot of the units that have already been mentioned. We know that the student life is one dimension and the academics is another dimension, but we really come together to support you holistically. And so our office does tend to veer a little bit more on the academic side, but we are here to support you academically, funding you and providing you professional development resource and tools. And so I see it as an opportunity for you to connect with us as a hub to connect you to others. But we're really excited to be here to support you a step further in your journey, in your career. If I could offer any support and advice, is that we know you belong here. We want you to thrive. And as Stephanie mentioned, if you don't remember any one of us, but remember her contact information, she will be the one that'll get you to the support that you need. Don't suffer in silence. Think about your needs, ask for help, ask for resources. Stanford is a very resource-rich place, and you belong here, and you are to take advantage of all of those resources. So don't forget that. Reach out, know what some resources and support is here for you. We really want to see you thrive. And I feel a little bit about me, passionate about supporting this group. I grew up undocumented, and my time was way before DACA and Dreamers. And so when I decided to be in higher education, I wanted to make it a point to be a resource for students like you, and provide support that for me felt like many doors were shut. So don't take those shut doors, really open them up and thrive here. And you're going to find a community that really cares about you and that really wants to support you. Thank you. Pass it back to you. Is it Stephanie or Ankita?
Thank you, Blanca, for that message, and thanks to all the allies for showing the support. It means a lot to me and to all the other students on this webinar to actually hear everyone in these high positions show such strong support for the undocumented students. I appreciate it so much. Now I want to give way to the student panelists, William, Christina, and Milenia. They're gonna be answering they're gonna be introducing themselves, talking about Stanford, and if you have any questions, make sure you put them on the chat.
Sorry, I wanted to. Is it on?
I don't think we can hear you.
Okay, hello. Okay, I don't know. Sorry, technical issues. But basically, I wanted to include other allies that are in the room right now. This is specifically for all of the students that are in the engineering department. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? And then, sorry, and then to disrupt the program, but we have Luz, Gabby. and-
Hi, everybody. Can you hear us okay? Hi, my name is Luz Jimenez Rubalcaba. I am one of 3 associate directors who work in the Equity and Inclusion Initiatives team in the School of Engineering. And we have been working closely with undocumented students in the School of Engineering specifically. This quarter, we are working to build a coalition of students and allies who can support students as they complete their PhD here at Stanford. And so I'll also allow my colleagues to introduce themselves. To my left here,
Gabby Velasquez, she, her pronouns. I'm one of the associate directors in the Equity and Inclusion Initiative team. And my primary role is to support graduate students, masters, co-terms, PhD students. Thank you for inviting us to join. We're here as another resource and have been working very closely with Millennia. So thank you for joining. Appreciate you all and all the work that you all do. And welcome to our students as well.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carolina Reyes. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the final of the 3 associate directors here at the School of Engineering. Just happy to be here. Yeah, and we really look forward to working together with all of you on screen to really build institutional support for all of our undocumented and documented students here. We can only do so much, right? Sort of siloed in the School of Engineering, but I think together we can really build a system that works really beautifully for our students here. Thank you for allowing us to be part of this.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Luz. I didn't catch the other 2 names. I couldn't really hear, but thank you all so much for joining and introducing yourselves. I look forward to collaborating soon. Yeah, I think that too. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get your name, but thank you all so much for being here. I am gonna kick it back to Juan so they can go ahead and introduce our wonderful student panelists. One of them is Millennia, so definitely gonna go to see what our students have to say.
Yes, thank you so much. So we have William, Christina, and Millennia about to speak on just general the student experience. Anyone watching, if y'all have any questions while they're speaking, please make sure you put them on the chat so they can answer them if they're able to. Thank you for all the panelists.
Is just a cue for us to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, just go for it. Yeah, maybe your names, your pronouns, your majors, what grad program you're in, and if you want to do like a fun fact or something.
Yeah, okay. Hi, Melania, did you want to go first? I'll go first.
Sorry. Okay, I can go first. So I'm a second year now. I'm a second year PhD student. I just passed my quals. So PhD candidate now. Yeah, I am doing my PhD in chemical engineering. I was originally born in Bolivia, but then I came to the US when I was 6. But I lived all my life in Northern Virginia and went to undergrad in upstate New York at the University of Rochester. But yeah, so I've been here for a year now.
Wonderful. Hi, I'm Christina Kim. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a 4th year. No, I'm a 5th year now. Wow. 5th year PhD candidate in musicology. And thank you, Stephanie and Ankita, for having me here and for this opportunity to offer support in my own little role here. I came to the States as with F2 when I was 14, and I was a proud undocumented student until I got my green card 2 years ago through marriage. And me getting a green card only amplified my need to speak louder and stronger for those who cannot. So I'm excited to help in any way I can from here in Southern California.
Hi, everyone. My name is William. I use he, him pronouns. I'm an undocumented student. I'm a rising senior that's studying computer science. I came to the US when I was 1 year old, and I've been here ever since.
Thank you all so much for introducing yourselves. Thank you all so much also for being here and making the time. I know times are hectic. I did want to open it up to anybody who has questions. If y'all have any questions, you can just type them up, or if you want to unmute yourself, that is totally fine. We do have some, oh, there I am. We do have some questions that we prepared, but if I want to prioritize any questions that come from students first. I'm just gonna give it a couple times so if you all want to type them out. If not, we have some.
So I think we just got a question about studying abroad. This is something that I'm very passionate about because obviously, as you know, as an undocumented student, sadly, you're not able to leave the country. But in my journey as a freshman, I discovered a lot of different opportunities that we have that allow us to step out of campus and have all these different experiences that some other people that are able to leave the country get to get in, like France or like Berlin or more stuff like that. So Stanford has a program in New York. It's called Stanford in New York. And obviously all of us are open to apply. I've heard great things about it. There's different themes in the classes you take during that quarter you take in New York. And I think there's just something for everyone. And I think New York is a great city to visit, especially to stay in there for a quarter long. Like, I think that's a great opportunity. We also have a Marine Institute that it's like 2 hours away. And 2 hours might not seem like a lot, but when you drive 2 hours and you're basically at the beach and you study like marine biology and like all of that amazing stuff, it really feels like you're submerged in a whole different world. You can apply. Winter, we have a class. It's all on explore courses. And then also during the spring, there's like 7 classes. So make sure you explore those options and just like open your horizons in that way. And then one more program that I want to talk about is called Alternative Spring Breaks. And basically, it's like 2 students will lead a trip during spring break where everything is paid for, like everything, all the agendas, like everything is handled. You just have to want to be there and show up. They teach a class and they just like explore. There's different themes, like almost everything here has a theme. So there's a lot of different subjects that if you're interested in, you can take a trip during spring break and just explore a part of the country. All of these trips have to be within the US. So thankfully the community is able to be part of those. Thank you.
Thank you, Juan, for that. I do see Melanie other question. Can you describe some of the challenges that are unique to graduate students and the support that you have sought?
Yes, so it's funny to see that. Yeah, somebody else asked that, but we are all using my account.
No, you're good. You're good.
But basically, okay, so some of the challenges I would say, just be ready to like talk to your advisors about your status. I think it's very important for them to know, just so that they keep it in mind. So that was one of the challenges, like also like kind of educating like your advisors and like some of the professors that you're talking to, like I'm DACA, I'm undocumented, like what does this mean about funding? So navigating like funding sources, especially because some partnerships are with like with national labs, so you're not 100% sure if you could even work there. So those were the challenges, just like a lot of unanswered questions. And then yeah, like before Stephanie stepped into the role, I wasn't sure like what was available for undocumented students and what was out there. And so it was like really rough, especially like because I got my advanced parole, but I had 1 week's notice to like leave the country and like come back within the month in the middle of the quarter. So yeah, so then it was like, that's why I decided to reach out to like different people that could help, like the people in this room and also Ankita. Yeah, so that I could like make a change. So then like the new students that could come here, you guys feel supported and like have resources like readily available and you know what's out there when you need it.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, 1 week notice for advance for was not okay. But thank you so much for sharing that. I have, if Christina, if you want to add anything, feel free. You're okay. I have another question for y'all that I have prepared. I'm gonna put it into the chat, and then whoever feels called to answer it, go for it.
Yeah, so regarding resources, I definitely think one of the main things that everyone needs to do ASAP, if you haven't done it yet, is contact the financial aid office and let them know if you don't have work authorization. Because once they know that, they're able to apply a stipend to your account to compensate for the fact that you're not able to get an income. Also, like like there's the opportunity fund. If you're a flight student, there's the opportunity fund, which is basically an opportunity to like, they can pay for your medical bills, they can pay for a computer if you need one. There's like professional clothing support. If you have an emergency and you need to buy plane tickets, they will help you with all of that. All you need to literally with everything you're hearing, with everything, all of this, all you need to do is email someone. Like literally just find the person to email or email Stephanie and she'll find it for you. And that's all it is. Like so much can be done just through emailing someone. Don't be afraid to reach out. Stanford has so many resources, and like don't ever feel like you're taking away from someone else when you're asking for a resource, because this is for all of us, like all the low-income students. We all deserve to thrive in this environment. So please, like, take all the resources you can. Like everyone encourages, all the financial aid office, obviously, as you heard from Karin, everyone's there for you. Thank you.
I wanted to take this moment to like kind of echo what Melania said earlier, and like plus one's comment, like because we have to explain our own identity so many times. I remember during the first year, like even my colleagues, I was the first DACA friend that they've ever had, so they were very confused and didn't know what to ask. And it's like, hey, are you going to this conference in Europe? Right, sure. Like so because of that, it comes with a huge feeling of feeling alone. So I highly recommend, in terms of resources, going to therapy. And because therapy, like I didn't really have this, like it's just like insurance is a cool thing. I didn't really have that, especially as an undocumented person. I didn't have that before. So but please do take advantage of your insurance. Take care of your dental, take care of your whatever physical needs you have, take care of it here, because it's really well covered here.
Thank you all for that. I think knowing what resources to tap into as freshmen or transfers is really difficult, especially when there's so many. So definitely tap into all of them that everybody said. Resources are there for you. Please tap in. Here is the second question. What has helped you build community at Stanford? And again, whoever feels called to answer it, please go for it.
I can start with this one. So for me, I think joining clubs, especially clubs that are not really academically related, was a great way to meet people with similar interests. And I would encourage anybody to keep up with your hobbies and do things with other people in clubs. And there's clubs for everything on campus, everything like singing, theater, sports, arts, music. You can find a club for that. And if there isn't, you could start one. So I think clubs are a great way to build community at Stanford.
Yeah, I also want to say that like one of the best ways you can just like meet people, literally just go outside and stand outside and like sit down in the grass and just like connect with nature, and people will be around and you'll meet so many people. It's gonna be great. I also think an amazing way to build community would be to come to our event next week. There's more details coming soon. We do have a person event. It's gonna be amazing. Very community building opportunities there. So yeah, thank you.
That was really smooth. I wanted to add a couple of things. Yeah, like just wanted to echo going to clubs, like any meetings you see. And like the great thing about that is that most of the times they have free food. So you can like really, if you plan it all right, like you can feed yourself pretty much the whole week. And for me, I've met some great friends at El Centro. They have cafecitos, and they so I kind of felt like I consider SoCal my home. So I felt a little bit of home. And like for me during first year, Elvira and Margaret were huge support to me in terms of like just helping me to not feel alone. So that was really helpful. Oh, and then I think this is something like more philosophical that I've been thinking about, is that like I feel like something clicked within me when I've decided that I'm not going to force people to notice me, and that my coolness will attract fellow coolness. And I think especially here, I'm like, oh, I want to be like one of those people. I'm like, no, I wasn't. You will find your people, I promise.
For me, it was more just through my department. I think like grad school is hard, so is undergrad. And then like just finding people that like, like have similar values to you, just genuinely nice people, and just, not being afraid to like go up to them and being like yourself, saying like, oh, this is hard and I'm struggling. Like, are you struggling too? Or like, and then they'll like just vulnerability. I think that's what like a lot of like Stanford needs a little bit more of. Like, your life doesn't have to be perfect, and that's okay.
Well, that was very beautiful. Thank you for all that wisdom. Think that was, I love everything that was said. I am, if there's any questions at all, put them in the chat and I'll say them out loud. But we have a couple more that I definitely want to get to touch upon. If you could go back to when you first got to Stanford, what piece of advice would you have given yourself, or what would you have done differently? I saw the thinking faces. I'm gonna let y'all let it marinate a little bit, and then whoever wants to go ahead and answer that one, go for it.
I think one is, the first thing I would say is like they're lucky to have you. Like, yeah, like sometimes it feels like, oh, like I'm so lucky to be here, but also like we are like Stanford is lucky to have you. Two would be, ask questions. Like, I think Stanford is like a great place because like, and it's gotten so far because people love to ask questions, and like, and don't do it like, there's no dumb questions. It really just shows that you are trying to like understand things better. Ask for help. And then, yeah, just ask for help. What would I have done differently? I don't know. I think it's just more like I would have started therapy earlier. I started like, I think like winter quarter. I should have started like fall. I think that's the only thing I would have like done differently. It was only like a couple months of no therapy, but go to therapy. Especially like if you are traveling far away to be here, go to therapy.
I want to say this is something I discovered my last quarter of freshman year, and I regretted so much not taking advantage of this resource. Go to office hours. If you have homework and you're like, I don't know how to do this, they will like your homework will get all the help you need, like literally everything you need. There's people ready there to literally help you with any question you have. All you need to do is make the time, which I know can be difficult, but once you prioritize, like, okay, I have one or two classes that are really hard. Let me go to the office hours like every other week. Your grades will like it helps so much. I would also recommend do the readings, but I mean that's kind of hard most of the time. But office hours are really, really important. So make sure you exploit that research because that's not really common, especially like in our home countries. The fact that you can go to class and then there's someone after class that will explain everything to you again is a crazy concept that I think like it's amazing. Like I love it. So please go to office hours.
I think one thing I want to add to that is you should probably try to get to know some professors really well. I would recommend like picking 2 or 3 professors and trying to work in their research labs or trying to do projects with them outside of class. And that's really helpful because when it comes to applying to graduate school or applying to jobs, they can be a really helpful resource for finding opportunities and introducing you to the right people and recommending you for these programs.
Yeah, I agree, all of the above, and also befriend your departmental admin people, because they're all amazing and they'll help you. Like, I think because I was pretty like, I got really lucky that I had like a really awesome graduate services person that I was able to kind of, she did a lot of looking for me when I needed some like DACA related support. Like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do that. So that was really nice. Like, so, but and people just be nice to them, but like, but befriend all of them. They're all amazing. And I don't know, like, I think while I was thinking about this, I mean, Melanie, I said this earlier, but like, you're gonna have to explain yourself a lot, like, and but then use it to your advantage. Like, I'm just gonna say, like, just like play that token role, like, to play it, like, because I've already spoken in like conferences because I got invited that way too. So like use it to your, like, just acknowledge their, like, that some people just don't know, but then you can definitely help yourself through that. Um and I found, when, like, I'm going to go into like the whole imposter syndrome, but then one that hits you, like, reverse uno it and think about it. Like, I kind of like thought about it as like a, like, oh, it's like, we know more about USCIS than they'll ever know, you know. We know, like, and just think about like the unique experiences that we have through being undocumented and through having grown up in a different environment than most of your colleagues.
Well, that was beautifully said. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, William, so much for that. USCIS is not, yeah, that's a different conversation we need to have. But we do have a couple minutes left, and I want to give you all some space to share any final words of wisdom that you have for our students, anything that, you know, you're itching to say, or just anything that you just want to leave out there for our students to hold on to. You can go ahead and do that in a couple last minutes right now.
I just want to again like reiterate the fact that, as you can see throughout this whole webinar, there's people there to help you. Like, there's countless people there that are their whole jobs is to be there for you. Like, it's an amazing privilege to have, and it's something that we all deserve to, you know, finally be supported by an institution like this, because that's not something that we get like anywhere else. And like literally, as you saw, there's like so many people in so many different departments there for you. Don't be afraid to, you know, live your truth. And like, yeah, I think it's very demanding that we have to sometimes expose ourselves and like just let the whole world know, like, hey, like, I'm undocumented. But there's a lot of instances, like how you see with all these people, like, that it could really make the difference. Like, sometimes people need to know about your status in order to allocate more resources and just like make sure that all the needs that you have as an undocumented student are met, because these are needs that no one else has, and like they're ready for to support you. And if there's anything that you feel there's a gap, let Stephanie know and she will figure that out for you. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and thank you all for coming. I hope to see you at our in-person event soon.
I guess some final words I want to say is try to be flexible and not be too stuck on a certain plan you might have coming into Stanford, because things always change and you might not get exactly what you want. But things, you know, new opportunities will come up all the time, and you should keep your eyes open and be ready to take advantage of new opportunities that might arise.
I would say, yeah, I think like kind of similar like to what we've been saying earlier, reach out. The good thing about Stanford is like all it takes is an email. Like, just reach out and people want to help. And like also like I I think it can get very overwhelming, like, because there are a lot of things out here and it's a lot of shiny things. Just, keep focused, remember who you are, and remember that you are enough and that you made it this far, and that, just keep true to yourself, ask for help, and, find your people, find your community, and hopefully we can help you build that as well.
Y'all already said it. I guess one thing that I'll add is it's okay to be not okay. And always reach out for help. I think especially at Stanford, because I grew up in more liberal areas like Los Angeles, I was very shocked by the political climate of certain parts of the campus. But then so I kind of grew up with a thin skin, that's what I'm saying. But then like be proud of the fact that if you are a transfer, I taught myself to be proud of my own identity of being a transfer immigrant, low income, and my very odd 9 years of undergrad journey. So I think, and hold on to your close people, and they'll love you no matter what. So it's okay to be not okay, and lean on them.
And also I want to add that we've been through so much. We've been through a lot more, and we are a lot stronger than we think we are. So just remember that whatever they throw at you here, you're stronger.
I'm so sorry. I had a little issue moment. Have we talked about, I'm sorry if we did, have you talked about emergency grants and aid?
No, not yet.
Okay. Or were you gonna go there?
No, you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, okay. I know. The school has, I mean, as some of our wonderful staff said, this campus is full of resources, and depending on where you look, money does grow on trees. Pun intended, I guess. So yeah, there's emergency grant and aid where you can really ask for help in anything from, I had to spend money on emergency room, or I get therapy money covered, my meds, and yeah, I think a lot of them can also cover the school insurance fee. So yes, please look into that.
Yes, thank you all so much for being here. I know it's times are crazy, so thank you, Christina, Milenia, Juan, William, for taking time to be here with us today. I really appreciate it. I will connect with y'all soon, hopefully, crossing my fingers. But we are wrapping up, and but before we close, I do want to give appreciation to everybody who's here, all the students who were able to come out, all the staff who was able to come out, all the panelists. I really appreciate it. I hope this isn't the last time, though. We are all in community together. As Juan mentioned, we are having a social on, we're having it September 22nd. We're not having it September 22nd, my bad. We have an RSVP deadline that is September 22nd. So tomorrow at 12 p.m., if you just email fordreamers@stanford.edu, just to RSVP, just so we know how much food we should be getting for y'all. And also so I can send the location, and I will send it in that email. So please, if at fordreamers@stanford.edu, the social is going to be on the 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. And please RSVP. I hope I can see you all there. And before you all go, we do have a feedback form, just so I know, okay, what worked out this time, what could have been different, what do y'all want to see here at Stanford? I'm gonna send it out here in the chat, but literally just thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And if anyone has some final words to say, other than that, that was our webinar. Thank you again, everybody. I really appreciate it. Let me send. Okay. Here is a feedback form. Please fill it out, please. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, staff. Aquí está ya. There you go.
Steph, just one other, can we share the form again? I'm looking for it for our mailing list.
Yes. I'll send it again.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.